Welcome to the VarsityKansas.com Big Show. I'm Joanna Chadwick of the Wichita Eagle and VarsityKansas.com. And my guest today is height swim coach Dale Heckman. Coach, thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, we are taping on President's Day, so of course it's a day off from school, which is always nice. But you still had practice, and did you kind of push them today?
We did. This will be our last really hard practice before state, which we'll compete on this Friday. And so, yeah, we did a full workout today, and then the rest of the week we kind of back off a little bit.
Talk a little bit about the state meet and just, maybe for someone who hasn't been there, what is that atmosphere like?
It's a great team atmosphere. Swimming is, of course, an individual sport, but there's so many people just rooting for teams, and you're rooting for your teammates, and, trying to make the top 16 because you come back on Saturday if you're top 16. And then, of course, in our minds, the state meet is one on Friday because if you don't swim Saturday, you can't score points. So our goal is set for great swims on Friday.
It's such a big meet. Of course, you swim in other big meets too. City League swimming was just this past weekend. How does the thrill of swimming in the City League kind of transfer and reach another level when you swim a week later at state?
The City League meet, a little bit different atmosphere. Of course, you've swam against these guys, these teams all year, and then so you get to see them again. It is a good stepping stone for state, especially those kids who've never been there before at the state meet. Just that atmosphere, a little bit of pressure to perform well and try to score points for your team, and so it's a good building block.
You guys took second in the City League to East, and talk about your team chances when it comes to winning that 5 through 1A title.
We like our chances, we really do. Last year we were runners up at 5A. This is our second year at the 5A level. It gives us a chance to get more kids qualified for state, and so that gives us a chance to score more points. And I do have some very top-end swimmers who are going to place extremely high at the state meet, and so that always helps our chances.
Well, let's talk about some of those individual swimmers too, because you won 8 of 12 events at the City League swim meet, which is unbelievable. How much will that translate to success at state with those individuals?
It'll translate pretty well. Our relays are sitting real nice. We'll get later this afternoon. We'll get where we're seated, but our relays are sitting in good shape, and all of our top individual swimmers. Bryce Blattner, of course, is a returning first-team All-State, along with Dylan Jensen and Dawson Gattenbein, and then Dylan Cullinan is swimming a little better than last year. And then we'll have some other kids who have a chance to score also. Creighton Sanders will be in the top of the breaststroke. And so we've got a pretty good group, and they'll all be in the top 8 easily.
And when you look at swimming, trying to have all that kind of talent, I mean, you have guys who are year-round swimmers, and then you have guys who are like Creighton Sanders, who's like a 4-sport guy. Right. How do you kind of bring all those guys together?
They do a lot of things together, but we all train the same, so everybody's doing the same thing at practice. They all have the same goals. They push each other at practice, and then of course at the beginning of the year we do a goal sheet, and our common goals are to do swim our best at the end of the year. We really don't look at our progress during the year. If we have a bad swim or something, and we say well, we're really not worried about this meet or that meet. We're worried about state, and so far things have gone real well.
And when we look at some of these guys when it comes to state as to what they're going to be able to do, the experience of last year, how much does that really play a part?
It's huge. Hopefully the guys that are coming back from state are going to state for the second or third time or fourth time in Bryce and Dylan's case. They can really give some insight to the other kids who are there for the first or second time, just to try to help them relax and swim well and have a good time, and just try to look at it as another meet. And so having those guys that have been there really helps.
And your relays, have you figured out everything you're going to be doing with those relays?
Pretty close. Probably very similar to what we did at City. We think that those 3 relays will be, if not state champions in those relays, they'll be top 3 in each of them.
All right, well, that sounds awesome. Now, I do got to ask you, that beard, I don't know how many finger lengths it's long, but it is extremely long. Tell me the story behind that.
It's a little bet with my son, Grayson. Of course, he swam at May South a few years back, and he's now swimming at Cleveland State up in Ohio, and their league championships are coming up, and he told me back in the summer that, when he goes back to school, he doesn't shave until the end of the season. So he goes, you need to do the same, Dad. And so it's a little bit with Grayson. So I'll see him here in a couple of weeks, the end of February, where I go up and watch him swim in the Horizon League Championships. And so I'm just keeping the beard until I see him.
All right, well, it is impressive, Coach. All right, well, good luck to you guys this week at State, and good luck to Grayson next week.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching the VarsityKansas.com Big Show. Make sure to check out VarsityKansas.com for all your high school coverage.